Hey, what up guys? Hope everyone is doing well out there. So we got some big Street Fighter V news for today. Finally, Capcom has broken their silence regarding the big Street Fighter V summer update, the season V they've been talking about for a few months now. They said the update's in the summer, and they definitely weren't kidding about that. You guys have been out of the loop. That's what this video is all about. So on Capcom's official Street Fighter Twitter, they sent out a tweet to everybody yesterday saying, a Street Fighter V summer update is coming your way. Join us and some special guests on August 5th for the Future of Street Fighter V Champion Edition, including Season 5 character reveals, esports news, and more. So this stream will be taking place next week on August 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, presumably on Capcom's official Twitch channel. And yeah, they'll be showing off a whole bunch of things, and they straight out said characters, which is nice. And as usual, it's not going to be some kind of surprise reveal. Capcom's giving us a big heads up on all of this. So finally, we're going to find out what's going down. And yeah, right at the beginning of August, so there's a lot of things to talk about already. First off, since they're showing off characters, how many characters are they going to show off? And how many are they going to release at once here? Because we're going to assume that this update was probably planned to be released during EVO, but unfortunately EVO was indeed cancelled. So I'm going to assume if you look upon history, we had the most amount of characters we've had released at once for Street Fighter V were 3, and that was with Poison, Lucia, and Honda. And they released them all the day after the reveal at EVO. Unfortunately, they were leaked though, about a day or two beforehand. And then before that, we also had the G and Sagat reveal, and both characters at once, and once again, they were released the day after their announcement at EVO. So, assuming, once again, if this is the case, does that mean that we're going to be getting characters as soon as August 6th, which will be on a Thursday next week? It's very, very possible. And are we going to get more than one character released at once? Also, very, very likely. So, like I said, which characters they are, if you guys haven't seen the recent tarot card video that I made on my channel, you can check that out regarding rumors and stuff. I'm still sticking to my guns on that. Anything else would be a huge surprise, actually, for a lot of people at this point. But I think at the end of the day, we just want to see which characters they are. If they're their favorite characters, or if the characters have been rumored for a long time here. I think the safest bet is at least 2 characters I think will be revealed and released right away. I think that's the safest thing. Anything more would be huge, and a lot of content for me, which would be nice. I'll definitely have my hands busy for the week once we finally get those characters. But there's also more things too, they said. They said and more, and they also said esports news. And we also have things like new stages. We know we'll be getting new stages as well, so hopefully they can show up some new classic stages. That would be cool. I know they showed off the new CPT stage recently, and we still have to hear some themes on those stages. Would be nice. And I'm going to assume whatever characters they are, that they might have their own stages that come with them. Like, for example, if Rose is going to be one of these revealed characters, we might see the new Rose stage. Just saying. Don't know for sure, of course. As for esports news, I mean, I'm not sure what they're really going to say. You guys have informed me that Capcom Cup has been delayed till next year. So esports-wise, I don't really know what's going down unless we have the actual official date for Capcom Cup when it's going down, when Capcom's planning to do it, or if we're having any exhibition matches and such. But I do think this will probably be the last CPT season for Street Fighter V in general. They might say that, or they might announce the prize pool or something along those lines. But really, I don't know. I'm really not sure on that. Could be a lot of things. Also on costumes, we know we had that fan costume contest where you guys can submit your own fan drawings of and possibly get Capcom to choose yours and be included in the game, which would be cool. The community also has, I think, a lot better ideas than Capcom does when it regards on costume designs, and hopefully Capcom chooses the right one for the right character. Unfortunately, all the characters get a new costume, only one select one will. And also, and more, I mean, we can... The sky's the limits here. This is going to be the last season for Street Fighter V. So hopefully everything that Capcom has scrapped or has worked on or is considered, I'm sure they can go wild and just release some crazy new modes. We've also had a lot of rumors upon like an Omega mode, something a little wackier that can come to the game would be really cool. I mean, it doesn't have to be in ranked, but it could be something for us to mess around with. And possibly also have some hints on regarding what Capcom's thinking about for new mechanics for whatever their next fighting game may be, or Street Fighter 6. Just like they did with Street Fighter 4, Omega Mode is very, very possible that we can see some hints and suggestions there, and see what they wacky stuff they've done with that. And also, are we going to see any changes to the interface? Also been hearing rumors that Champion Edition was kind of rushed a little, and we needed to get some content soon because I don't know, that drought in Season 4 was brutal, and maybe Capcom jumped the gun there and just showed off Seth and Gil a little too early. Maybe we're supposed to get more. Even a little touch-up on the interface would be nice, I think, even if we just got a red, blue theme like we got with the title screen. I think that'd be cool. Going a little crazier, we could talk about some new mechanics that could be added to the game. We've also been hearing rumors for a second super for a very long time. I don't think a second super will add much to the game, honestly, not to the extent of a second V-trigger would, or a third V-trigger, I guess, in this case. But, it'd still be something that would kind of mess with the balance a little bit. It would be something that would spice things up a little bit. It'd be cool to check out, especially if some of these supers were unique and not just straight up, canned attacks. If there's something like, I don't know, Elena healing, or something along those lines, I mean, it could be interesting. And as for that, also a new V system has been, rumored for a long time. Once again, none of this is rock hard information, but it's just stuff that if there's any new surprises or anything that they scrap, this would be the last chance. Been hearing things about like second V reversals. A third V trigger would be highly, highly unlikely. It sounds like too much development time would take place to do that unless they were really lazy and it would look really clunky. I don't know. I highly doubt it, but something new would be cool. But keep in mind, once again, guys, I don't think this Season V was planned at any point. So I think Capcom is just kind of hammering out some extra content to buy us some time for whatever delays the pandemic has done or whatever Capcom was planning to announce next. So I don't expect it to be insane massive like we usually get from seasons. But like I said, with the recent Season 4, I don't think we're going to be too disappointed in general. Now, another big thing that's very likely is a new balance patch, of course. If this is going to be called a new season, what's a new season without a big balance patch? This would be the most exciting stuff for me, personally. I always love reading the patch notes. But is there enough info? What is Capcom going to change? Since, of course, they have their online statistics, and of course, the CPT Online has recently started. But, looking at a lot of the tier lists, we have a lot of differences in opinion. And but we do know that there are certain characters that have been trying to get small buffs every single season, and it's still not being used by pros. And will Capcom finally go all out and try to change the scales a little bit? I do think Street Fighter V is in a great spot in terms of balance, though. There's a lot of characters that are regarded as strong, and there's a lot of debates on which characters are stronger than others, which is good. That means that a lot of characters are in a really close spot right now. But however, if they do release a balance patch sometime in August or even in September or such, how will it affect the current CPT? You don't want to go too crazy here because we don't want to affect, players have been already training this season and then suddenly their character is doo-doo, right? Or suddenly the weaker characters are super strong. It really depends how Capcom wants to go with this. At the same time, we can't just wait and say, hey, no balance patch until next year. That wouldn't be good either, right? Because then, we won't have content, and then, yeah, that would suck. That'd be boring. Especially if Capcom is planning to announce something at Capcom Cup that's not Street Fighter V related. But I don't know anything for sure on that. But a new balance patch would be cool. We'll see if Ryu will finally be used at some point here. I'm sure Jury will get 0 notes as usual. And maybe Nash will finally get that 3-framer. I don't know. I'm most excited for the balance patch, though. I think that'd be sick. And new mechanics is another way to add some new balance to the game. Finally, in the news too, if you guys haven't heard as well, there's supposed to be this big Japan fighting game publishers roundtable happening on Friday. I know a lot of you guys were hyped and excited about that. This is going to be on a Japanese stream, and this is going to be all the big Japanese developers getting together for a big discussion. This is including Capcom, SNK, Namco, ArcSys, etc., Tecmo. A lot of the big guys, but I don't think in regards to Street Fighter V news, this will be anything special. If they had some big news to announce, it usually isn't during these Japanese streams. Usually it'll be something that will get as many eyeballs as possible during some big event, or Capcom will tell us ahead of time, like they just did with this Street Fighter news, obviously. But these guys getting together, it might be something interesting. Maybe we can hear some news on netcode. Maybe they're all working together to help get this rollback netcode working for all these games. I'm not sure, but I don't think in regards to Street Fighter stuff there'll be anything. They might show off the new CPT stage in more detail, maybe the champion costume and maybe the theme, but I think that's about it. Now, the final thing that I know a lot of you guys will be asking in regards to these characters, especially if they're released immediately on August 6th, will these characters come for free with Champion Edition, since you guys already purchased Championship Edition? I think there's a 99% chance no. I think you guys are dreaming if you think their Capcom is going to be releasing these characters for free. They'll most definitely announce some type of package deal with these characters, or they'll sell them separately for 5 bones each. But I think there's no way in hell they're going to just release these characters for free. So I highly doubt that. It'll probably be, like I said, some big package with the stage and stuff, and it'll be ideal to purchase everything, you know, similar to how Mortal Kombat's doing with their new seasons and such. I think that's what's going to happen with Street Fighter. So keep that in mind too, guys. And even if you wait and you haven't purchased Championship Edition already, and you're waiting to see maybe if you purchase it afterwards, I still doubt you'll get all the characters. So I wouldn't wait. If you find a deal, get it now, so to speak. So that's pretty much it, guys. All I can do is speculate at this point, but at least in a week's time, we'll have a lot to talk about, and we'll know what's going down, and we don't have to guess anymore, and we can put all these rumors to rest. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what you guys want the most, what character would you guys like to have, and if there's any new modes or features you would like. Maybe your last second chance to guess. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I'll probably be really busy, and we'll get those character guides out for you, those combo guides, and, you know, set shop back up. It'll be nice. So, yeah. Alright, guys. Take care.